Hey there, and welcome to this special episode I call Monthly Medicine. This is where we explore essential oils and their benefits for our physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being, because that's part of living in sync with nature. And by the way, if we haven't met, I'm Jenny Holbert, and I'm the founder of Wild Wellness, a fitness specialist and natural health advocate. I've been working with essential oils personally for over a decade, and I'm here to share these gifts of the earth with you. I think it's absolutely amazing that nature offers aromatic essential oils through the plant's leaves, flowers, resin, or roots. Did you know that the compounds found in essential oils offer the plant benefits for its own survival? I feel like we get to borrow that built-in immune system when we use essential oils. It's so holistic, and it really also allows us to opt for nature instead of synthetic products with negative side effects and potential toxins. Now, one thing to note. Unfortunately, honesty and integrity aren't always the norm in the essential oil industry, and it's actually estimated that 85% of the essential oils on the market are adulterated. So, in other words, there could be fillers or synthetic constituents that don't give you the same results, even if the oil smells good. Plus, essential oils that are labeled natural or organic doesn't necessarily mean they're pure or tested to have optimal levels of the potent chemical constituents that are found in essential oils. It also doesn't ensure that they're free of fillers or contaminants either. So just like you can get food out of your garden or buy it in a package, the quality and the benefits are going to be different, right? Now, I've chosen to align with doTERRA essential oils as a conscious consumer and as a wellness advocate because of the purity and quality of the essential oils, as well as the philanthropy of the company. doTERRA is actually much more than an essential oil company. Everything they do is about empowering people on both sides of the bottle. They're recognized as the global leader in essential oil sourcing, testing, and distributing because their quality standards include rigorous testing to ensure potency for the desired therapeutic qualities that you would expect the essential oil to have, as well as third-party testing guaranteeing absence of chemicals, contaminants, and microorganisms. As far as sourcing goes, doTERRA sources plants from where they grow best. Sometimes that's the indigenous region. It's where their chemistry is optimal and also where they can have the best impact. They're looking to have the most positive environmental impact for sustainability practices. So every time you buy a bottle of doTERRA essential oil, you're supporting every single person involved in the supply chain because of that commitment to sustainable, fair sourcing and the partnerships that they have, which eliminate the brokers, the middlemen, because oftentimes in the essential oil industry, that is where the growers get taken advantage of. They're not paid fairly or on time. So the commitment that doTERRA has is very different, which makes it possible for the growers to provide for their families, send their children to school, buy land, and partner with a company that has their best interest in mind. So I love that. And I could go on, but let's explore the essential oils, shall we? A few notes on safe uses of essential oils. Always read the label to determine safe uses for aromatic, topical, or internal applications. Keep out of reach of children. To avoid skin sensitivity, dilute essential oils with a carrier oil like fractionated coconut oil or another vegetable oil. And avoid contact with eyes, inner ears, and sensitive areas. One more thing. The information I share is not intended or implied to be a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This is for your self-study and exploration only. Sound good? Immunity, respiratory support, hydrating and nourishing the skin, and providing relief for stiff and tired muscles and joints. Meet Black Spruce and Litsea in this monthly medicine episode. These are two of my favorite essential oil allies, and we are going to talk about the therapeutic constituents found in the needles of the black spruce tree and the fruit of the Litsea evergreen shrub. I'm going to share specific ways that you can use them, of course, to really support your body naturally, and also share the synergy they have with some other essential oils. So on that note, I made something for you. It's a PDF cheat sheet with blends and recipes using black spruce, Litsea, and these other essential oils that have synergistic effects for your immune and respiratory systems, muscle and joint support, and nourishing the skin. So you can get that PDF cheat sheet at jennyholbert.com/96. Or if you're a member of the Oil Co., then you'll find it with this video, or this podcast, I should say, on the Oil Community Library page. And as always, my intention is to share what I'm learning about essential oils, and you are the expert on you. So always do your own research and make decisions about your health based on your body and your specific goals and needs. So the black spruce tree, Picea mariana, dominates much of the Alaskan and the Northeast Canadian landscape because of its particularly hardiness and tolerance to nutrient-poor soils. So interestingly, I found out that this is the provincial tree of Newfoundland and Labrador in Canada, which is somewhere that I lived for a few years. That's where I did my graduate school and my master's degree in sports psychology. And so if you could just picture these with me, picture these tall, thin trees, typically about 15 meters or 50 feet tall and about 20 inches wide in the trunk. The bark is dark. It has a gray tone to it. It's thin and scaly, and the needles are blue-green and short. Now, doTERRA essential oil, black spruce, is sourced exclusively from Canada and is steam distilled through environmentally responsible and sustainable practices. So the frigid conditions and this topography of the boreal forest allows these amazing trees to really thrive from one generation to the next. So there's an abundance of beautiful growth, but that abundance can create an issue as well for the environment, and that's waste. So commercially, the black spruce trunk is generally considered too small for use in the timber industry, but it's often used as pulp to produce paper or chopsticks. So this waste idea and the fact that one person's waste can really be another person's treasure is really true for black spruce and the way doTERRA sources it, because since it's used in terms of the timber in the paper industry where the branches and needles are stripped away to get to the trunk for industrial purposes, then those needles and branches are left to rot typically. But these remnants, because of the negative impact that they can have on the environment and the local economy, historically have had no additional value until now. So together with the harvesting partner, doTERRA found an environmentally responsible way to use this invaluable branch and needle of the black spruce tree before they went to waste. So the black spruce branches and needles actually contain the essential oil, and this is where it gets that woody, aromatic aroma that we enjoy from the bottle. But one thing that the black spruce partners do is they gather these pieces, which would otherwise be wasted, and they use like a grapple arm excavator to gather all this up, and then they're steam distilled. And the local power plant burns the remnants from the distillation process, which creates energy and additional steam used to facilitate the extraction of more black spruce essential oil. So do you see how that works? This ingenious closed-loop system supports maximum sustainability and benefits the environment as well as local businesses. So it's amazing. With its amazing benefits that it has, it only made sense to steam distill black spruce essential oil through cooperation with these industries and the forest ministry to make use of black spruce material that would otherwise be wasted. So it's not only good for you, but you can also feel good about using it because you know now the positive stewardship involved in that. Now let's talk about working with this essential oil and the value of black spruce for our well-being. So other spruce varieties like hemlock, Norway, and white spruces produce quality essential oil, but with far lower yield and a less colorful spectrum of benefits than black spruce. So the volatile aromatic compounds, as I said, are produced from the needles and gathered from the branches as well. And while most tree-derived essential oils share similar characteristics, like they're good for the skin and hair, and they're calming and have grounding aromas, and needles, of course, have specific benefits for the respiratory system. But black spruce has some unique constituents. So its two primary compounds are bornyl acetate and alpha-pinene, but it also includes significant concentrations of camphene and delta-3 carine. So this allows it to have cleansing properties that you can use on surfaces in your home, as well as some more things that we're going to talk about, but I'm going to get into more specifics there. So I just wanted to give you background on the chemistry and those constituents. And again, remember, what I'm going to share with you now on the specific uses and different oils that you may even blend them with is something that you can refer back to in that cheat sheet that I made. And that's at jennyholbert.com/96, or with this video in the Oil Community Library if you're a member in our Oil Co. So the bornyl acetate content in black spruce would actually translate to it being a great oil for relief in the muscles and joints. So when you're feeling stiff, tense, tight, and you want to relax the muscles, this constituent of black spruce really offers that. And so also think about blending it with other essential oils that are relaxing for sore muscles, or ones that are high in esters, like lavender, for example. So black spruce is also important when we're talking about anything dealing with the respiratory system. If there is a spasm going on in the respiratory system that is, you have this urge to cough, or if there's some moist energy in the respiratory system, that sort of thing going on, respiratory support is going to be one of the main benefits that you think of with pine needles, and I'll talk about that a little bit later in terms of traditional Chinese medicine. But the other part of this, of course, is immune system strength, and black spruce has such good benefits in that way. Another thing you might want to note for black spruce is its use for adrenal issues. So aromaticstudies.com actually suggests using it specifically for adrenal fatigue, and use it in a 1:2 essential oil to vegetable oil dilution ratio, gently massaging it into the area above the kidneys, which would be on your low back. And you can apply this a couple times a day. The first thing that I notice when I open black spruce essential oil is that crisp, woody aroma. It's so grounding. And so just think of this one as an oil that you can diffuse for that relaxed, centered feeling within your body and mind. You can use it throughout the day. You can use it before yoga, before bed. And of course, you can also apply it to your body with fractionated coconut oil or another carrier oil and use it either as a soothing massage for those sore muscles like we talked about, or if you're applying it to maybe the back of the neck for it to linger a little bit longer. Of course, you're going to get the topical and muscle relieving benefits of it as well, but you also get the aromatic benefits. I mentioned earlier that it's a great surface cleaner, so you can add a few drops of this to your DIY surface cleaner as well. You can use the On Guard Cleaner concentrate and then add the black spruce for a more earthy and woodsy scent. It might be really great to use during certain times of the year when you want to evoke those aromas from your cleaning sprays. I love to mix it up and use my On Guard Cleaner concentrate base and then add some other aromas depending on what time of season I'm using it. You can also use black spruce in your skincare routine. So there is a homemade body butter base that I gave you in the PDF cheat sheet. There's a recipe for that. I like to mix it in that myself. You can also use an unscented lotion or whatever kind of body oil you love to use. But black spruce is going to be particularly beneficial during the autumn and winter months for your skin and for nourishing and hydrating the skin. So this essential oil, as I mentioned, comes from the needles. I've said that several times now, but I want you to think of this like the respiration for the tree. So it's wise that it helps do the same thing in our bodies, and it's associated with the lungs. But something else to note is that because it's associated with the lungs, it's also connected to the fourth chakra or the heart chakra. And the emotion of grief is actually associated with the lungs, according to traditional Chinese medicine. So this is something just to keep in mind in terms of the more emotional and energetic properties of black spruce as well. Now, in the show notes at jennyholbert.com/96, I included a link to a video that doTERRA offered with how they source this essential oil. So I talked about that just a little bit ago, but if you want to see a visual, it's so beautiful to see this boreal forest and to hear exactly how the story goes and see this oil being sourced. So I wanted to include that link for you there. And again, you can find it in the show notes. Now let's talk about Litsea. Litsea cubeba is an evergreen tree or shrub, and its fruit produces this lemon-like essential oil with a wide range of uses. This aroma that it has is clean, fresh, sweet. Honestly, if lemongrass and Melissa had a love child, it would be Litsea. And the main constituents of Litsea are geraniol, nerol, and limonene. So this would translate to a number of different benefits that I'm going to list off for you right now. And of course, you can go reference that PDF cheat sheet for specific ways to use it for these things. But the first thing I'll mention is that this is also helpful for your muscles and connective tissue, just like black spruce. This one particularly when lactic acid buildup from the muscles after a hard effort is present. So that one can be really utilized in recovery and in a massage with your carrier oil. But also think of it for discomforts in the muscles and connective tissue related to your menstrual cramps, potentially. So you could apply this one to the abdomen for that, for those occasional discomforts. Energizing and refreshing qualities are things that I associate with Litsea. So diffusing this oil for an energizing effect is really important, or wearing it on aroma jewelry to uplift your mood. You can also diffuse it to help clear your mind and your senses. It's a very cleansing oil for the space and for your mind. So if you want to use it to clean the air or diffuse it while studying to kind of help clear any clutter or inability to focus from your mind, it can help with that as well. Taking it internally, you might want to do for its antioxidant support and for its immune qualities. So again, very helpful for the immune system, respiratory system, and things that might be associated with that, things that you might be experiencing in your body that you start to feel coming on when your immune system needs support. Now, adding a drop to your water will also help maintain a healthy nervous system. And taking it internally for cardiovascular support is very common, as well as digestion. So this could be internal for occasional nausea or motion sickness. It's also known to have a stimulating action on the digestive system. So that could be useful for someone who maybe has a poor appetite. And those would be examples of internal use. Now, a few more things on topical use. You can apply Litsea topically for helping with spot treatment of blemishes, especially it's good for oily skin. So whereas black spruce might be better for hydrating and nourishing the skin in the winter, Litsea might be better as a spot treatment for blemishes. And topically, you can also apply it to your stomach. So if you don't want to use this oil internally, then when you have digestive troubles, you can mix Litsea essential oil with your carrier and massage it on your stomach in circular strokes and help your digestive system that way. Litsea is a natural cleaner as well, just like black spruce. So you can combine this one with your On Guard Cleaner Concentrate, use it on its own with water and white vinegar, whatever you do to make your cleaner. It's also combined well with tea tree essential oil. And aromatically, Litsea blends well with lavender, ylang-ylang, geranium, those floral oils. And it also blends well aromatically with earthy and woodsy oils like vetiver, sandalwood, frankincense, or cedar wood. So according to the Emotions and Essential Oils book, Litsea is also energetically known as the oil of manifestation, and it can be used to help with self-doubt, criticism, fear of rejection, and feeling blocked. Helps us feel more inspired, intuitive, receptive, and assists in us knowing that these manifesting possibilities are available to us. Now, if you're a member of our oil community, remember this monthly medicine recording and the resource is in the oil community library. And if you're a listener to the Wild Wellness podcast, or you've learned about this at jennyhobart.com, then you'll find the monthly medicine episode and the cheat sheet with essential oil uses at jennyhobart.com/96. That cheat sheet is going to help give you the essential oils additionally beyond Litsea and black spruce that you might synergistically use for immunity, respiratory support, muscle aches, and winter skin nourishment and hydration. And I also included just some real specific ways that you can combine those there and how to apply them topically, use them aromatically, use them internally. So it should be really helpful to put this into practice because it's so good to learn about these essential oils, but if you don't do anything with it, then they can't support you in that. So I invite you to open your bottles, enjoy black spruce and Litsea, and if you need information on getting these essential oils, especially if you would like to get doTERRA oils at 25% off, then you can check that link in the show notes as well. I hope you enjoy them, and until we chat again, my friend, go live your one wild life.